What's up guys, Titan JB here, and as promised I'm doing a review of Fable for the Xbox. Now, Fable came out I believe in 2004, like this one is Fable The Lost Chapters, which I'll get into that, but Fable came out in 2004 from Lionhead, and it's a really good game, and I'm going to tell you why. Now in Fable you start off as a young boy, and throughout the game you will age. You can age to be very old, I'm sure. I don't know the max age, but it's pretty high. Now, the game starts out, you're a little boy, and you're doing chores for your father to earn money to buy your sister a birthday present. Now, something to point out in this game is you can do either good deeds or bad deeds, which will affect your appearance in the long run. So you can be either evil or good. And that is something really interesting and innovative about this game for its time, which it still is today. And it actually makes many outcomes for the game's story. Now right here he's asking me, I could either take his bribe and not tell on him that he's cheating on his wife, or I could deny it. Which, just for an example, I'm going to take it, and he gave me a gold piece. Now what that does is I've committed a bad deed. So if you see right over here on the left side of the screen, it gave me 2 bad deed points, which isn't much for this point in the game, but later in the game you could be getting a lot of it. And there are also crucial moments in the story where if you choose to take or spare a life, it really changes the outcome of the game. Anyway, back to the main story. So your village is attacked by bandits, and your family slaughtered. So what happens is this guy named Maze takes you off to an academy where you are trained until you are the age of 18. Now overall the story of the game really isn't that long, but it's about a 10-hour story, but there will be so many distractions along the way that you'll be putting in hours and hours of playtime into this game. Now you can either choose a good or bad, which will affect the story somewhat but not dramatically, and along the way villagers will start to react to you differently depending on what side you're aligned with. For example, there are many parts in the story where you can either choose to save or take a life, and that will affect the outcome of what your character becomes. Also, there are quests such as defending the travelers or attacking the travelers. Of course, there will be more of a reward for attacking them rather than defending them, but it's all up to you to choose what deeds are good and what deeds are bad. Now, back to the story. The story of the game is really good. I mean, you're taken off to this Academy of Heroes, where you're trained until the age of 18 in the arts of a hero, and then once you turn 18 you're basically set out into this world to discover your own path. And you work out of the guild by doing missions for the guild master and other people who put quest cards into the guild. Also, after gaining experience, this is the area you will come back to train many times during your journey. Now let's move on to the good and evil sides of the game. For example, if you were to choose the evil side, you would come out looking a lot like this. As you can see, your character ages over time, and you will also receive things like battle scars depending on how much combat you see. And now that my guy's evil, he even has flies buzzing around him and a red aura of some sort. Now, villagers will also react to you differently. I'll give you an example right now. Like for instance, I'll go up and talk to this guard and let's hear what he says. Let's try somebody else. Doesn't seem like he wants to talk today. See, as you can see, people are frightened of me. They'll run away from you and do everything they can to avoid you. He cowered in fright. He's begging me not to hurt him. Things like that is what happens when you're evil. It's pretty cool to be evil. Also, you can do awesome spells, like I'll show you this one. Let me get inside this house and show you. It's pretty cool to hear all the glass break when I do it. Here's an example of a nice evil spell. Right after this, we're going to do the good side. For instance, you get to do awesome stuff like that. Total mayhem and destruction. Of course, evil comes with a price. Guards will be on you all the time. Like so. Let's take care of that problem. And we're going to refuse to pay the fine. But anyway, the evil side of the game, I guess it's a little easier being evil. You can get a lot more experience because you can just go to a town and these guards will keep on spawning in different areas and you can just rack up experience points. It's a little easier to play as the evil side. But the good side can be really rewarding because an evil guy will most likely not find somebody who's attracted to him. He will not most likely get married. Things like that. People will run in fear. It's kind of annoying after a while. But if you're good, for example, we'll show you what happens. And here's the good side of the game. As you'll see, my character, he's not fully good yet, but you can see a halo starting to form over your head if YouTube quality doesn't butcher it. But here's an example. Well, that's just okay. Sorry about that. Now, let's go talk to a villager here. Let's go find somebody. It's actually nighttime right now, but we'll find somebody.
Hello. You know, a man of your status ought to pay a visit to the mayor. She lives in Vagas.
After tons of searching, I finally found somebody who gives a shit. Alright, let's see. Here we go. See, now everybody's applauding and welcoming me everywhere I go. I even have a lovely wife somewhere. Let's go find her. But the good side of the game is really satisfying. The evil side's fun and destructive, but the good side's really satisfying, and it's nice to see the character. Let's take this helmet off. It's nice to see the character be normal. Also, your hair gets blonde, I believe, and you have like a slight heroic aura around you and things like that, which is pretty cool. But you can also, like I said, you can get married in the game as well. This game has a lot of distractions away from the main story, which will keep you entertained for hours. It's a really great game. The story itself isn't that detailed, but it is an amazing story, to say the least. So here's my wife. Let me show off for her. There we go. Yeah, you know she likes it. Something else I like to mention, if I can get it to work here, you can have sex in the game, yes. Let's try this. Items, let me give her a gift. Oh, I know how to do it. This will only take a second, guys. Gotta get in my birthday suit for this one.
Hello, dearest husband. Stand in a frisky mood.
Yes.
I was thinking, I'm so happy with you. There you are, my darling. Hello.
Well, we'll save that for another time. Anyway, let's get to the graphics of this game. Of course, this is a last generation game, but overall the graphics are really great in this game. From the little auras and the shininess on the armor, and when you're in a white hooded outfit, you'll see a little glow. It looks really, really good for the time. The lighting effects are amazing. Everything's great about it. The gameplay is pretty much amazing for the time. And as far as the music goes, the soundtrack of the game is really good. It even has the theme song, which is done by Danny Elfman, which a lot of you are probably familiar with. Overall, Fable is an amazing game. It has to be one of the best games I've ever played, at least on the Xbox, possibly ever of all time. But I think I'm going to give Fable 2 a fair 9.2 out of 10. Fable 2 is a game you really should pick up, and you really need to play at least once. Thank you for watching. I'll be doing more reviews soon, and hope you have a good day.